Okay, everyone. So the internet got disconnected for some reason. I don't know what happened. So I have to re-log in. Now we'll start again from the triggers. So we'll understand. So we will learn about how we can create triggers by using the cameras. Now, before going any further, we can do one thing here is we can create cameras, okay, with mix and match with the whole keyframes and with the ease keyframes, or you can say animatable keyframes. Suppose if I will just go here, okay, and create a keyframe for all of these, okay, then I go here, something at this spot, okay, and then what I'll do is that I'll zoom in, for example, and I will zoom at him actually. Okay, and then I will go a little bit further and I will pan the camera to Chloe. Okay, and you will see that on only the camera the camera X, the position X is moved, so that's why we have only for position X, but we don't have anything for Y and Z, but we do need to create the keyframe here. So I will just press keyframes to manually create them. If you will not create them, what will happen if you want to add some other animation? So it will start from here instead of starting from here. So if you want that, that's another thing, but make sure if you want to start from this position, you should have a keyframe here. Now they all are animating here, you will see that, okay? But what if you don't want these two to be animate, like this one to be like these to be animated? You just want a hold keyframe. So what you can do, you can select these, right click, toggle hold keyframe. Now from here, if I will play, so what will happen? Normally the scene will play. Okay, they are talking or whatever is happening over there will be shown to you. Then cut, zoom to it. Okay, and once you are done with this part, what will happen is that next shot is cut to her. However, if you will notice that she is not on a whole keyframe, she have a normal keyframes. What if I will make this ease, even ease, so it will be a cut. So that means there should be another like of these keyframe copied from here to here. How I will do that? I'll just go back here at some place here. I will copy these, Control C, Control V. Okay, and these, the one that I have copied, I can right click on them and change them either linear or ease or whatever you want. Now from here to here it is all same, so you will not see any change. Okay, but from here to here it will start animating because now the starting frame is not a whole keyframe anymore, it's a normal keyframe. So just let's see again. They're normally talking whole keyframe starting, whole keyframe ending. Okay, and then suddenly the same thing is here, but now that is linear. Okay, so you will not see difference between these two, but then you will see that it's animating. So this is how you can mix and animate, but you have to make sure that the starting, if you want to animate, the starting should be animatable and then ending should be animatable. If starting is not animatable like a whole keyframe and ending is a whole keyframe, so it will more like definitely not animate. But as you know, before when I added these keyframes, these were not a whole keyframe, but still they were not animating. The reason was that these keyframes were whole keyframes. So from whole keyframe, you cannot move to the normal animatable keyframes. So there should be a the starting keyframe should be animatable one. So what I did was that I just copied these, pasted here, converted them into animatable. Now from here to here, there is no difference because they all are same. It's only here they are hold and here they are just normal, and they are just starting, so there will be no change, and only change will be here. So this is how you can also mix and match. Something adding like this will boost a lot of good marks uh, in your like final project. Obviously you have marks for your story also, you have mark for your character also. So keep in mind, only adding the camera will not help you. Okay, your character should be also good, your story should be also good, animation should be also good, but not having a camera will definitely uh, like deduct your marks. So make sure you don't do that. So let's jump back to our let me delete all this, to the triggers. Okay, now triggers, right, you have this option here. It's very easy, it makes it very easy for you. So if I will click over here, create triggable shots. Once I'm done here, I have this triggable shot. I will just rename it, right click, rename this shot to wide. This is wide shot, means like everything you can see in this shot. Okay. Now in movies and cartoons, you will notice that nothing is wide shot. There is no wide shot is there, but not the whole video is a wide shot. In movies, you will see wide shots, but not all the time. Most of the time, you will see medium shot above the like your like belly, or somewhere here, or somewhere here near the chest, or close-up shots. Most of these are the medium shot, okay, close-up shots. But wide shots are a few where you need to show the environment, where you show or need to show a lot of people. There you use the like kind of a wide shot. Okay, so also in your animation, don't use a lot of wide shot like this one. Okay, it should be medium shot. Wide shot when you want to show him walking around, okay, or you want to show interaction with the environment or with the other actors, so that's where you will use the wide shot. But for here you have to use uh, like for the end, but most of the time you have to use the medium shot. Okay, so here what I will do is that I will just keep it here, the wide shot. Now what I will do is that I'll just zoom in a bit. Okay, move it a little bit down. Now this is the medium shot. This is the shot that we are going to use most of the time. So I will click here, create triggable shot. It will make another, and I will rename it to medium shot. Okay. So, and then what I will do here is, let's see. Okay. Now create triggable shot, and this is shot for him. Let me do one thing. Undo this one because it's not balanced. I have to put him in the middle. Now I will do this. Rename it to what is close-up shot CS, close-up shot gym. And now what I will do here is that now if you will notice that when I'm moving around this, it's quite slow, which is fine. But if you want to move faster, like you want to animate fast so that it saves you time, you can press shift on your keyboard and then you can move around, so it will move very fast. Okay, suppose you want to reach all the way back here, so you can press shift, so it will save your time and then move around. But if you want to move normally, move it without shift. Now create triggable shot. Okay, this one I have to rename. I don't know what happened here. Okay, now they don't have keys, so I will give them keys here. Maybe Q, W, E, and R. Okay, so if I will press right now, I will be like wherever I am in the you know uh, my original like original shots, like wherever I stop the camera, I'm in that shot. So if I'll press Q over here, so it will take me to the wide angle. Okay, if I will press W, so medium shot, E to close up Jim shot, and R, so close up here. So while animating, I can switch very fast to any one of these. Okay, so I have all these four, and I can start with that. So what I can do here, I can turn on like Chloe first, okay, or Jim first, and then I can start recording. Okay, one more thing you will notice that uh, it will come back to this shot, whatever I will do. The reason is that because my camera right now is set up to this position. Even if I will go to Q, if I will press Q here, and if I will do any other option or any other thing, it will jump back to this shot. The reason is that Q over here is just a you can say trigger. It's not the actual camera right now which is set up. So right now I'm at this camera setup. So simple, just reset your camera and you will be back here. Okay, that's your actual camera right now. So I want to start maybe with the medium shot. So I will press W here. Okay, and then I will, okay, see W I have already given Jim. Okay, if I will go to the gym right now, you can see W is a shortcut already, which is whooshy. So I gave him W here as well, and if I go to the camera, I give the medium shot W as well. So if I press W, it goes to him, okay, but he do like, let me turn it on, Jim. But if I go to W, when I press W, he do this his whooshy thing, so both at the same time. So which is for now it is okay, but next time if you don't want him to do this, try to give him a different key. Okay, so I will start with the medium shot first. Okay, then I will go to the other shot. So I will press record. So my name is Jim and we are like testing our camera. So let's see if I zoom in. So now you can see that I am zoomed in at this spot. So you can see my screen. Now I will zoom to Chloe. Now you can see this is Chloe's screen. And now I will come back to myself. And now we will go back to the wide shot. And this is our wide shot. Okay, so we have recorded all this. And I will close this all. Now if I will play here, wait, let me turn on the audio. So my name is Jim and we are like testing our camera. So let's see if I zoom in. So now you can see that I am zoomed in at this spot. So you can see my screen. Now I will zoom to Chloe. Now you can see this is Chloe's screen. And now I will come back to myself. And now I will go back to the wide shot. And this is our wide shot. Okay, so this is how you can trigger your cameras, but this doesn't mean that you can only put like cut shots. You can use animatable shots, and with the camera you can make a let me delete all this. You can make replays as well. So camera can use replays just like what we did before, and very interesting stuff you can make with the replays. Okay, so we can now start over here, and with the replays we can make some sort of replays over here. Now to create some replays, what we can do is we can just go to the our camera. Okay, and let me turn off Jim here for now. Okay, so let's go and work on the camera. I will go to all of them and just okay. I will just move these bit here. I will create some more keyframe in the beginning. So it will be this sort of an animation, and I can give them a easy ease, so there will be a curve in the animation which will make it look more smoother. Okay, now what I will do here is I will take all these here, the first shot, go somewhere here, paste it, so it will be like this. Okay, now what I will do here is that I will just go back here somewhere and create a okay, so I will make a panning shot from here to here. And as you know, only I changed the wire, so these I have to add manually. Manually you have to add because next time when you will put something there, it will be not correct. So I will copy these one in the beginning, the one, so it can go back to Jim. So you will see that this will go back to Chloe, and from Chloe to Jim. Now here I will reset everything. Okay, and convert these into whole frame. Go somewhere here. Okay, then next. And add these manually. Okay, so now I have these shots where it is cutting to these different areas. Okay, now let's see what we have. So we have this zooming shot, then we have this shot which is zooming in, then zooming out. Okay, now then we have this shot on him, on Jim, panning to Chloe, and then panning back to Jim. Then we have these different cuts. So what I will do here, first of all, I will take these. Let me put this somewhere here so I can see what's going on. Okay, now I can take these first where it is zooming in. Right click here and I will create replay and trigger from keyframes. And as soon as I will do it, it will give me this option here. Okay, so what I can do, I can rename it and call this one zooming in. Okay, and I will call this one key. Now what I will do is that I will make zooming out shot. So I will select these, right click, create a replay. Okay, and call this one zooming out, and give it a key like Y. Okay, now after that what I will do here is I will just go to the next one, these one. So this is zoom panning from Jim to Chloe. So I will take these, right click, create trigger, and rename it to pan Jim to Chloe. Okay, and I will give it hue. Make sure you all remember these and you don't overwrite. Like W, I have twice. So one is for the whooshy and one is for this one, which is right now it is fine, but when you're working for your project, final project, you don't do that. In case you want to do it by yourself. I will select this one. Okay. Right click, create replay trigger from keyframe and rename pan Chloe to Jim. And this one I will call I. And I have these shots over here, multiple shots. So here I will select all of these and create replay from triggers and keyframes. Rename this to multi shots. Okay. Now what I can do here is that I don't need any one of these because I already had created the replace. I will delete them. Now all of these, if you will notice that they have trigger options. So if I will go to the trigger option, you can see that there are trigger options here, which is on, so it will be working with the trigger, and then they have replace option here as well. Okay, so I have this replay here, this one, and this one, this one, and this. So if I will click on the zooming, if I right click over here, and if I want to do some changes here, now you can see that the names here are different, there are different. Let me do one thing. Because that's one issue here with the, it's not issue, I don't know for what reason they have this, because when you rename in this panel, it doesn't rename on this panel. So maybe there could be a reason here, but I believe it will be much more better if you're renaming it here, it should rename over here as well. But I don't know what maybe there is some reason for that, and I'm not sure what is that. So I will just rename these. Now here, they all are triggers, like the top one and the bottom ones are animatable, because triggers you will see there are 0 seconds, 0 seconds, 0 seconds. So for example, if I will go and play any trigger, you can see that it's like 0 seconds, 0 seconds. So I have to press here on my keyboard like Q or W or whatever, just to play it around. Okay, let me turn on my camera here. So Q, W, E, and R. So these are the single shots. Now here, replace, you can see that there are shots here and there are timings. This one is quite long. Now here, if I will leave my my key from the keyboard, it will stop because it says stop sustained replay. If I will keep it let replay finish, that means even if I leave my finger from the key, it will it will keep on playing. Suppose we have here zoom in shot. So if I will press T on my keyboard, okay, so it should start doing that. Okay, so if you can see that I have to keep my T key pressed, and then it will show it. Okay, you can see that here it shows like how I'm playing it. If I will keep it pressed, it will zoom in, and when I leave, it goes back to normal here, just like that. Okay, now instead of doing that, if I will use let replay finish, and then if I will press T on my keyboard, it will play and it will go back to normal. Now, what if I don't want to go back to normal? So what I can do here is that I can create latch over here. Okay, so if I will press T, it goes zoom in. Okay, and if I press T again, it goes back to normal. Okay, but I don't know why the latch is not working here. Maybe let's see this. Okay, so latch will work with the stop sustain. And then, when you press T again, then it will go back. Or what you can do is that you can press T and then you can press Y. But what I will do is that I will go to the zooming out, which is Y, and also make it latch. Okay. So T, zoom in, and I just press T one time. And now to zoom out, I will press Y one time and it will go out. Okay. So a good way of doing this, zoom in and zoom out. Okay. So you have to press Y twice to zoom out. Because one time what will happen is that it will move from T to Y, and then second time if you will press, then it will play the animation. Now if I will do it, so you can see that I have to keep it pressed and then it will show me the animation. Okay. But if I will go here and make it latch also, and also the other one, so that means if I press U, so just one time I have to press U, it will go back here. And if I want to go like come back, so I have to press U again, so it will go back to the normal. Or what I can do, if I press I, so it will go back here. Or if I press U again, so it will move here. Okay, so just like that you can do it. So one thing you can do, you will press, so it will go to Jim, and then it will pan to her. So if I will press I, go back to him. U, then I. If it doesn't work at some spot, that means you have to press twice, like the button, because one is to move from one key to other, because you were using latch. So in latch, like this is something that happens. Okay, so I can go back and forth, and they are talking, and then you can keep them talking, and then you can do that. Like suppose, let me turn them on so you can know what I'm doing here. Both of them, I will turn them on. Okay. So now you can see that they are talking, and while they are talking, they're like, I'm pressing U and I'm pressing I. Okay. So I'm doing the same time, like this U and then I. Sometimes this works by the twice, like pressing twice. Sometimes it doesn't work. But like sometimes you have to press only once. Sometimes you have to press twice. Okay, the reason I have to press twice, because there is another key which is I given to her. So that means you have to keep in mind, you have to keep in mind that you have to use different keys here. Now one thing I can do here is that I have the zooming option, okay, which is zoom out. I can use that as well. So I can use all them all together, like T, Y, T, Y, okay, U, I, So many things. And then I have here O. If I will press O over here, so I have to keep it press, because O is just like, if I'll go here just down, you can see this is O. So if I will keep it pressed, you can see that it's a very long animation. Keep on going, keep on switching. So that's what the O is doing. So for the O, it is better not to keep it latch, but to keep it let replay finish, because it's a long animation. So I just have to press one time. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to keep it pressed. You have to keep it pressed until it finishes. But if you turn it to let replay finish, you have to press once and then it will play automatically. Now my finger is not on the keyboard. Okay, so it will play all the whole thing. So there is no latch, but there is let replay finish. Here there is latch, but sorry, here you can see that. Here you can see there is a latch, but there is stop sustain replay. That means I have to press only I one time, and I don't have to keep it play. But what it will do is that it will move to the other position and keep it there until I press that key or another key. Suppose now I will press Y instead of something else. So if I press Y, it will zoom out. But zooming out is from the another scene, so that's how you will get this. So a lot of replays you can create for the cameras. Okay, so I hope this is what you have clearly understood about. Now, one thing that will be it will give you a great touch, and it will really boost up your animation, and that is the parallax camera you know animation. So how you can do that? It is through these all these items here. First of all, when your whole animation is done, try to have, if you have clouds, just go to the clouds, okay, and transform of the cloud, position X, depending on how long your animation is, animate your cloud. If your animation is very long, so make the speed little bit faster. Okay, so at least you see that. If the speed is not that fast, so what will happen? If the speed is not fast, so your animation will look slower. Like right now, if I will play his, so you can see that clouds are moving, but they are moving a little slow, because my animation speed is my animation length itself is very long. So what I will do here is that I will just go back here, move it more further, so that it will the animation itself will become a little faster. So now you can see it's a little faster because I moved it more. So if I will move it more, so the time duration will create an impact that it is moving very fast. Clouds are moving good. Okay. Now suppose I want to zoom in. So I can go to the camera first of all, and zooming option here. Go to somewhere here. Okay. And also for X I will create manually because there is nothing for X. So you can see that the camera is moving here, but it looks like a picture actually. Okay, it doesn't look like it's a things going like in a three-dimensional. So what I can do here is that while they are moving and with the different speeds, I will move the backgrounds also. Like I can move them up. Like when you move closer to anything, like suppose you are looking at the mountain from very far away, but when you start moving closer to it, so it feels like the mountain is becoming smaller, and you because your distance is becoming closer to that mountain, and the mountain is kind of going like depending on your distance, going down or up. Okay, so right now, uh, if you're moving closer, so things will start going up. Okay, they feel like they're pushing up because you're going closer to them as they're getting bigger. So what I will do here at this stage is that I will just go to the buildings which are farthest one. I don't have to animate sky or sun. Okay, so I will just go to the building, and in the beginning I will keep the buildings Y position as it is, and as soon I will reach, let me open this part. Okay, so I will slightly move it up, something like this. Okay, I'm done. Now same thing I will do with the park. I'll go to the park. Okay, Y position, back here to this position, and move the park a little bit up too. Now park should go more on the top as compared to the background, as compared to the building. Okay, now notice this part of the tree is here, the building. So if I'll go in the beginning, it is still there, so that means it should be a little different. So I have to move this more here, so there is a little difference. Otherwise what will happen, it will not look different. Okay, now if I will go back in the beginning, I have here foreground. Okay, and I will go in the first scene, I will go to the foreground. Okay, and then foreground I will make a keyframe for the Y position as well, and go back here. Now here it will be a little different. Instead of going up, I can push it a little bit down, because what we are doing is that we are getting closer to it instead of getting far away from it. Okay, so what I can do, I can move it uh, like uh, like sorry, the foreground is near, it is more closer to the camera, so that's why things that are closer to the camera might go feel like they are going down, or if they are far, they feel like they are going upward. So other way around also. Let's see, if it doesn't work, we can just move it back, like instead of moving it down, we can move it up. So it's like try and error sort of thing, so you have to see for yourself how, what is working, what is not working. So now if I will play, okay, so you can see that things are getting fine, but the park itself is moving a lot. So I have to go to the park, and instead of too much, because it was here, so maybe here a little bit. Okay, and also I can play with the clouds as well, because right now only X position of the cloud is changing. So what I can do here is that I can just go in the beginning here and then give clouds some Y position as well. And I will not go all the way and at the end, because I'm just moving the illusion of you know, going far or near. So now I will move this upwards. So it's y-axis. I was scaling it. Okay, now it's fine. Now last thing, foreground, what I saw here is that it's not changing a lot. So what I can do here in the beginning, in the foreground, I will move the foreground more higher, like its position. Okay, somewhere here, so that when it will move down, like there is a change, drastic change, like a big change there, so that noticeable change. Now if you will see, now you can see that things looks more now natural as they are, you know, happening at the same time. Now same thing with the sun also. I think it's better to move the sun too, but let me close all these, otherwise there will be a lot of layers here. So I will go to the sun, position Y, and then just I will move the sun a little bit up. Okay, so you can see that now like there is a parallax on the parallax effect on the whole animation. It looks more 3D-ish, you can say that. And one thing you can do here is that wherever I have used all these, I can just open them up. Okay, and select them all. Except for the cloud exposition. So control click here, or shift, or control click. Okay, and then deselect these. Rest I will select, and I can right click here and create a trigger out of it, or replay out of it, but have to be converted into, let me make it these first. I cannot turn them. I think I have to convert them into takes first. Right click, takes. Because what are the takes? Takes are the something that you do on the recording, like the something that is based on performance. Okay, directly when you record from the webcam. By mistake, I created a replay. I will delete that. Once I have these, so I can take all these. Okay, one is left, building is left. I have to go to the building. And take all the takes. Okay. Okay, I guess I cannot make the replace from here for some reason. I don't know why. Or I have to select the whole thing maybe. No. So yeah, I don't think I can make a, let me undo this. I cannot make a replay as this whole thing. Maybe there is a way, but uh, I think I, okay, that's fine. So yeah, here I cannot make a replay of this the whole thing, okay, because it's a big animation scene. It cannot be converted into replay. So only a few, like the one that I used before, those can be turned into replay. But you can see that it looks more 3D-ish. So if you're zooming in, and if you're not using a parallax effect, your scene will look flat, and you will that thing will not boost up your animation. Clear? So I hope you have understood about all these parallax effect using with the cameras. So this is your key to success. And if you want a really high marks, good marks, so you have to add all whatever we have learned, especially the 3D, like this, like 2.5D, you can say that, like this 3D-ish effect. Okay, if you remember the last class when he was walking, so things were walking like a little bit like differently. So that is also like a like very plus point, because it's all three, like 2.5D, you can say. Okay, so that's all for the 3D like you can say cameras, how camera works inside, and how you can add another actor, and how we can work with it. You can switch back and forth if you want to work on both. I don't think it's ideal to work on both. You can work on both, but it will be a lot of work. You have to turn off their lip sync at least, so that you can animate one but without the lip sync, and in the end you can add the lip sync. Okay, so let's move to the blackboard, and we'll see in the next class we will see what more we have here. We will try to like animate with a realistic environment, and we'll see that how we can do that with the realistic environment as well. So let's move to the blackboard.